Hi guys, welcome to a little, I don't even know, is this a vlog? I don't want to.
You're under
This is
some kind
nothing
of
different, heard everything before, saw dead me
sunshine.
but I digress. Anyway, I'm not going into depth about this, what? So, today is October 1st, which is actually kind of exciting. I have my first little pumpkin spice latte. It's almost gone because honestly it was fire. I wasn't expecting Starbucks to hit like that. But literally, I went to school this morning. I was there at like 9. I was studious. I did an assignment I had to do. I went to the bathroom, blood through my pants. You wanna know why? Because I'm a woman. And I guess that's just the price that it costs to be a female. So I had to come home to change because I couldn't just walk around like that. I'm so irritated, but what better time to film a video? I honestly don't know what this is gonna be, but we're gonna do a little unofficial wrap up of what I read in September because I think I finally clawed my way out of the little slump I was in, because I swear all year I've been in a slump and haven't read half as much as what I usually do, at least what I did last year. So that sucks because I'm really behind on my reading goal. I don't want to talk about it, but I read like 5 or something books in September, so we're gonna talk about those. We might make a little fall TBR. I don't know. We're just vibing with the vibes right now, but I'm gonna show and tell you a little bit of what I have been reading recently. Honestly, nothing's been hitting. I am out of the slump, but I haven't had like a good 5-star read yet, which could honestly be my fault, but is it? Like, maybe it's just the book's fault because it just wasn't good enough. But maybe it's my fault. No, who am I kidding? It's the book's fault. Welcome to Kammy's Yap and Wrapped, where I yap about all the books that I read last month while giving you a monthly wrap up. Efficient? Yes. Am I multitasking? Yes. Do I just like to yap? Yes. Thank you. So we're going to talk about what I read in September. That obviously didn't satisfy my needs because I'm complaining about how I didn't get a 5-star read. Nonetheless, they were okay. None were like terrible, you know? So, first book that I finished last month was If Love Had a Price. This is the 3rd book in Anna Huang's, I believe it was like her first series, and I think it's called If Love. It was nothing crazy. I gave it 4 stars because I do really like the series, and I think I like it way better than the Twisted series, because I don't even think I'm going to finish that series because after Twisted Games, it was just too much for me, and I don't know if I can finish that. I really want to, but I don't really know if I can do it ever again in my life. Twisted Love, I loved, and I think I binged it in one day. And then Twisted Games, I was like, what the heck? Like, I don't like this at all. But that could have just been me. It was just really, really spicy. And I know Anna Huang does the whole spicy thing, but Twisted Games, it was just something about it. I don't even know. I don't even remember, honestly, because it was like a year or so ago that I tried to read it, and I did finish it, but I just didn't like it at all. But this was really cute. And that's all I have to say. It was nothing groundbreaking, mesmerizing. Like, it was just, the first one was the best one, and then it's been declining from there, but I'm still enjoying it. It's not bad. I'm not saying that because it's bad, because it's not bad. It's just, the first one was like a banger for me, and then I immediately read the second one. It was okay. Read the third one. It was okay. I'm going to read the 4th one because I just want to finish the series, but simply just for that. The next book that I read, or that I listened to because I had the audiobook, was Two Can Play by Ali Hazelwood. Again, I didn't really like it. I don't think I'm an Ali Hazelwood type of girl. I am going to read The Love Hypothesis, though, because I want to see the movie, because Lily Reinhart is in it, and I love Lily Reinhart. But other than that, I don't think I'll be reading any other Ali Hazelwood type book just because I don't want to. Next, I actually have the physical copy of. I read The House of My Mother. This I didn't rate, and honestly, it was just a nice memoir. I think memoirs are the only type of nonfiction book that I'll indulge in because nonfiction is so boring to me, but a good memoir will do it every time. Now, this memoir is Sherry Frankie's memoir. How many times am I going to say memoir? Okay. This is Sherry Frankie's book. And honestly, if you know the whole thing, I'm not going to go through the whole situation that happened with her family. But if you know it, this book was honestly no different. Like, you can watch the documentary on it, and that's exactly what's in the book, except visual. Like, this is nothing different. Heard everything before, saw everything before. But I guess it was nice to hear from a different point of view. I don't know. So, I feel like I've had this book literally since it dropped, which is when everything about them was coming out, like the documentaries, the books, the freaking movie that dropped on it. And I just haven't read it because I literally watched like 2 documentaries about it. I literally watched them growing up, and I feel like I was just absorbing so much of the content that I just didn't want to read the book. And reflecting on what I watched on, you know, her family, the same thing that you've seen before is in this book. So like, if you read it, it's not really, or if you watched it, it's not really like a must read, because it's the same exact thing, just from a different perspective. So take that what you will. I don't rate memoirs because I feel like it's weird to rate someone's life, but maybe that's just me. Fourth read that I finished in September was Lovewell Lane, which is a book by Ansley Calloway. And I don't think she might be an indie author. Don't quote me on that. I'm actually going to look it up. Hold on. It's not giving me answers. Boom. Okay. She is a indie romance author, which is really what she writes. Okay. It's just an indie romance. Like, it's just a romance book. Small town. Cowboy-esque a little bit. Well, honestly, yeah, he owns a farm. So cowboy type small town romance. If that's your thing, read it, because I love Ansley Calloway, and I feel like she's one of the indie authors that, like, I could compare her to Elsie Silver, and I will choose Ansley every single time. Elsie Silver, I've tried to read her books and she just doesn't do it for me, but Ansley Calloway can do it every time. Also, Devney Perry, when she did the Eden series, love literally every book in that series. For me, is a 5-star. But I tried to get into Elsie Silver when she was popping off like a year or 2 ago, and I just couldn't do it. Like, I'm just always gonna, maybe it's just the writing. I really don't know what it is. Maybe at the time I was just absorbing too much of the same content, like small town romance, cowboy-esque type reads, but I just couldn't get into it. I tried to read Flawless, and it was giving insta love to me, and I just wasn't vibing with that like at all. So if you're into the cowboy romance thing but not into Elsie Silver, I recommend literally Ansley Calloway, Lovewell Lane, because I think that's the only like cowboy-esque one that she's written so far. But Devney Perry, always, never miss, 5-star every time. I love her. So yeah, that's the vibe. The next book that I finished was Sounds Like Love by Ashley Paulson, and let me tell you, I enjoyed this book, but it took me like a good 100 pages to get into. I'm not even gonna lie. This is like on the lower rank of my Ashley Paulson's books. Do I love Ashley Paulson? Yes. It's just the 7-Year Slip was like top tier, like almost a perfect book for me. Like, that's my first and only 6-star read ever. And then I read The Dead Romantics, which was like, eh. And then I read A Novel Love Story, which I really enjoyed that one. Read this one. I wasn't in love with it. Dare I say, Joni, the main character, was a little annoying. Actually, I wrote a review on Goodreads for this one, so let me read it to you so I can clearly communicate my thoughts to you, okay? If you don't follow me on Goodreads, you should, because it's always down in the description with everything else like TikTok and all that stuff. But in my Goodreads review, I wrote, not gonna lie, I feel like this book was a little dragged on. Like, I see how the last 20 pages were necessary, but I could have lived without them. It kind of felt like it ended, and then she was like, let me wrap this up real quick, and that was like the last 20 pages. By the end, Joni was kind of, dare I say, annoying. If I looked in the dictionary for the meaning of self-sabotage, she'd be there. She was literally in this man's head, knew his thoughts, and was just constantly screwing everything up. I thought this was a 4-star, but after writing this 3-star, argue with the wall respectfully, because Joni was just, they, if you know Ashley Poston, she always has a sense of like magical realism type thing. They're in each other's heads, like clearly can hear each other's thoughts, think, you know, hear everything in your brain. And she knew what was happening in this man's brain and was constantly just self-sabotaging herself. And it was like, okay, at the beginning, like it was chill. You're like, okay, maybe she'll develop character development. No, it actually happens more towards the end. So I did not like that at all. Moral of the story, 3 stars. This is probably one of my lower rated Ashley Poston books, which makes me kind of sad because I just haven't had to read like the 7-year slip from her. I think the novel love story was a great book, and I love that book, and I think it was definitely pretty close for me to the 7-year slip. The Dead Romantics, which was her first book, was chill. It was chill. I did not like it. I enjoyed it. And then it's just this one, something about it just didn't hit to me. Also, I honestly don't remember if Ashley Poston has ever wrote spice before, but there's like the tiniest little bit of spice in this book, and it kind of made me feel like I just wasn't expecting it. It was kind of random. I don't think there's spice in the 7-year slip. I don't think there's spice in the novel love story, and there's not spice in the Dead Romantics. So it's like she wrote a book in 2025, and her editor or somebody was like, oh, spice is trendy right now, you should add a scene of spice. And she just went back and added a scene of spice. That was so random, and I feel like that definitely knocked off a few points for me, because I love Ashley Poston for the way she writes and the way she does the whole magical realism thing, not for spice. I feel like the scene of spice was random, especially when you've done it so well. You've written so many beautiful and amazing books without spice. That one scene, it's literally one singular scene of spice, was just kind of random and unfamiliar. It doesn't give Ashley Poston. It doesn't feel like Ashley Poston would write that or put that in her book. But I digress. 3 stars. And I think that's honestly all the books I finished this month. Yeah, that was it. That's all I've read this month. I started The Tenant by Frida McFadden. I'm gonna be real, I'm not enjoying it. It's actually terrible, but I'm like 64% of the way through, so I will be finishing it. I just do not enjoy it whatsoever. Yeah, that's really it, honestly. Last night I started reading Kingdom of the Wicked, which has honestly been on my TBR for a little while, maybe almost a year. I started this last night, and I'm just now starting to get into it, and I'm 60 pages in. So the beginning was kind of slow, but now it's starting to roll, which I knew was going to happen. In the back on the synopsis, so this is not a spoiler because it's on the back in the synopsis. If you look it up, you can find it. But in the back, it tells you that the series is about these twins, but one dies, and basically the other one is trying to figure out who did it, why, and whatever. That's literally in the synopsis. It's not a spoiler. So I literally just got to the point, because I thought the book was going to start, because I feel like this is the way all tragic fantasies start. Maybe I'm wrong though, but I thought it was going to start and the twin was going to be dead, and the other one finds her and she's like, you know, stunned, and then she goes on her villain arc. No, it actually starts in the beginning. The twin is very much alive, and then I was like, what the heck, because now I'm just watching you guys live and the plot hasn't started. So I'm just starting to get to the point where the ball is starting to roll finally, because I was getting a little impatient. But honestly, the further I read, like, I had to whip out a pen because these quotes are kind of crazy. Let's see if I can find you one. Like, the way, specifically the quotes of grief after her sister passes away, like, the way she captures the way she puts the feeling of grief into words is so crazy, because I feel like that's such a feeling where you don't really know how to explain it to people, especially because it's so different for everybody. But the way she writes it in this book is where it's relatable and simple. I don't even know how to explain it further than that. But she's describing her feeling after her sisters passed away, which she's obviously angry and upset and mourning and all that stuff. And she said that an ember of anger was slowly igniting within me, reducing the person I used to be to ash. Which is so, that's such an insane line, but that's so real. Like, I don't know. And I'm not going to go into depth about it, but I think that's so relatable for so many people to just be so angry at the world and then just completely become someone else. Another one, which was honestly, this quote kind of, like, I feel like I'm going to think about this quote for the rest of my life, because I feel like I sometimes end up, anyway, I'm not going into depth about this. What? The quote is, nothing good will come from knocking on doors best left closed. Find forgiveness and acceptance in your heart, or darkness will seep in and destroy you. Like, you're joking. Like, that's just such a crazy, like, it's so simple, but yes, exactly. I understand completely, and you just tugged at one of my heartstrings. Thank you. I didn't need that, but now, like, I literally feel you. Like, I know what you're going through. I literally can relate. Like, the way she just encapsulated that in 2 sentences was insane. So yeah, that's a vibe. I have a class later tonight, so I'm gonna eventually go back to school, but right now I'm probably gonna sit at home and read, especially because I finished what I needed to do. I'm gonna read maybe a little bit and just chill out, because I really have nothing else to do to my class later. So we're just gonna hang out together, you and me together. Let's go. My money, let's spend it up, go out and smash it, like, oh my god, I forget what's happening. think I've spoken to you today, which is kind of crazy, but you saw me got ready for class. I literally just came back from school and I have Chick-fil-A because we have no groceries in the house and we're hungry. So we're gonna eat freaking Chick-fil-A. That's really all I done today was read a little bit. Me and my boyfriend have been watching My Hero Academia because I've never watched it before, and he was like, you kind of have to watch it if you're like gonna be in the anime. So we're watching it. We're gonna eat and probably watch a little more. I read a little bit today. I went to school and now I'm back. I'll probably read a little more. I'm so glad. Today is Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, and I don't have classes on Friday. We're about to enter our homecoming season. Homecoming is literally next week, and then we have fall break, which I'm so excited for. But I'm starving, so we're gonna eat and go from there. I just wanted to update you because I haven't spoke to you all day. It's kind of been a chill type, vibey type day, so I haven't really been doing much or up to anything, but yeah, that's the vibe. I just wanted to say hi because we haven't spoke today. Okay, so I'm outside and I literally know you cannot hear me. I'm on my little balcony slash patio thing. And why did I come out here? Because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's fall. It's cool. I'm gonna read on the balcony. Why did I come out here? And I forgot I had a flower vase out here because I had brought it out here because my flowers had died. So I threw my flowers out and I left my vase out here. Why did I get ready to take it in the house to like clean it out, and I was about to wash it out, and I look in it and there's a little green frog in my flower vase? So I decided to bring it back out and let the frog have it for now because he's like literally this big. He's so tiny and so cute. If I can get a clear shot of him, I'm gonna put it in because he's actually so adorable and I don't want to leave him homeless. So the vase is gonna be his for now. So we're both on the patio just hanging out, really. He's on the other side though because I don't want to bother him any more than I already have, because he's a cutie little thing. I kind of don't want him to go away. So I'm on the balcony and I'm going to read my book and it's going to be a good time. And then I honestly think that I'm going to finish editing this video because I've been editing it as I've been filming and it's actually been taking me quite a while. Usually editing doesn't take me that long, but the software that I used to use, I'm not using it anymore because you have to pay for it, which is crazy because now I'm using Final Cut, which is also like you have to pay for it, but it's a one-time payment rather it being like per month. So I'd rather do that instead, like do that and then upgrade rather than sticking with the old stuff and having to pay monthly, if that makes sense. So that's a vibe. So I'm figuring that out. Let me know if you like it, but don't let me know if you don't. I'm going to read my book and just enjoy the weather because it feels really nice out here right now. There's a lot of people out here and I stay on the bottom floor and I know they see me talking to my camera. So that's always fun. So I'm going to stop doing that now and read my book. No way. Guys, what's your favorite season? Because honestly, fall is so beautiful, and I think it just has to be one of my favorite seasons. Summer definitely isn't, because I'm not a fan of the heat, to be completely honest. Winter is fun because all the holidays, like the fun ones, are in winter. But fall, it's short, it's sweet, it's pretty. I love literally everything about it. I love sweater weather. I literally just bought the prettiest, the cutest little sweater. I need to up my fall like wardrobe because I love it so much. I can't go out looking like a bum, you know? So definitely have to fix that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I enjoyed making it. Honestly, I love doing the day in the life videos because they're just day in the lives. Like, I don't have to do anything special. But I do want to get into the whole like reading challenges realm of things. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I might indulge a little bit, especially with fall being here, because I do kind of want to take advantage and read as much as possible during this season because I love it so much. But let me know. I hope you enjoyed the video because I enjoyed making it. If you liked it, you should subscribe, and if you didn't like it, you should find another video on my channel, subscribe after that, and I'll see you next time I post, which will hopefully be soon. Bye.